But Daniel, tell me, what are you guys doing in the Federation to package wrestling in such a way that will bring these sponsors?
Results. First of all, nobody would want to be associated with your brand if it does not have any marketing value. Now we're starting to get results. The Commonwealth Games is a start. We have the World Championships in less than a month in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. You go to the World Championships and you start getting results. You go to the Olympics, you start getting results. Then sponsorship follows. But I think at this stage, we've done enough for a lot of support. We've done enough for private individuals and companies. And one thing that people don't understand is you don't have to have billions of naira to sponsor somebody.
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody, as an athlete, my first sponsorship was my corner store just by my house. They gave me $120 a month for my bus pass to go to practices. Every month I was getting $120, which I used to buy my bus pass for the month. That was sponsorship. So if an individual can put in 1 million naira to Adekoroye, that would sponsor her for a tournament, an international tournament. In my view, Adekoroye needs about 8 tournaments every year to be able to do well at the Olympics. That alone is about 8 million just for the tournaments. We're not talking about the coaches. We're not talking about, it's expensive. It's expensive to get your name up there, but we need that support to get it going.
I know, and she loves singing and dancing.
She is amazing. You know how long jumpers would want to come jump and they'll be clapping their hands, and the whole crowd. This is what she was doing. Once she would be coming out to wrestle, she would be clapping, and the whole crowd would be clapping with her.
That's it.
A 20-year-old athlete. You can't get better than this.
Fantastic. Well
This morning, somebody asked me what my favorite memory was of the Commonwealth Games. And I said, with all due respect to Blessing Okagbare, I think Adekoroye was my athlete of the Games. And it's not just because I'm a wrestler.
Okay.
But for someone as inexperienced as her, going into a world champion, going into the Commonwealth Games, and not wrestling, destroying everybody that came our way, and winning the gold in spectacular fashion, and branding Nigeria. This is a brand.
Yeah.
This you cannot buy with $1 billion naira.
I totally agree with you. Tell me what I don't know about Aminat Adeniyi.
Aminat is, in my view, the rising star of wrestling. She's very strong-willed. She also sings, not as loud as Adekoroye does, but she also sings a lot. I think it's something with Ondo State athletes. And I must say here that the coach, Purity Ako, the coach of the Ondo State, is doing a marvelous job. He has these young athletes that are coming up. In fact, there are 2 others at 55 kilograms and 48 kilo class that I think can make the Olympic team if they keep up this momentum.
Good.
Aminat is not as stylish as Adekoroye, but she's focused. And she's very purpose-driven. So she goes after matches and just goes for the kill. And sometimes because she doesn't know how to hold back, she gets herself in trouble. But more competitions will bring her out of that. She went into this tournament and just wrestled like a stud. I expected her to win a gold medal.
And she did.
And she did. Adekoroye, she mentioned it in her interview at the last World African Championships. She came away with silver. It was an experience. She was winning the last minutes. And she didn't lose to a slouch either. She lost to a girl from Senegal that wrestled for bronze at the Olympics. She lost for bronze.
Yeah, so she lost to experience.
She lost to experience, and now she's beginning to catch up. In these matches, she did not wait. She just went out and imposed herself on everybody.
Straight up.
And that's what she needs to do.
Fantastic, Daniel. Tell me about the men, because for me, we need to sustain this momentum. The men, I think Baltic is a fantastic wrestler. I also saw a couple of them. But there's just something about the men not producing the sort of results that the women give.
Yeah, right now, and it's not just in wrestling. If you look at our collective medals, the women are doing a bit better than the men. And I wouldn't want to put it solely down to the fact that men, especially in wrestling, because male wrestling was there way before female. Female wrestling came around 1991, 92, so it's still growing.
Yeah.
So it's more established at the male level, and it's more competitive. But I don't want to put it at that. I also think that there's too much respect our men give to their fellow competitors.
Yeah.
They see Canada, they see India that are mostly ranked athletes, and they go in with a little bit of trepidation, and that can't happen. You need to go in with that Aminat, with that Adekoya mindset, and go in to kill.
Or you give them the Daniel Igali style way back.
And you go in for the kill. Amas Daniel, in my opinion, is probably the most technical athlete I have. And I hope that things come, that he lives to his potential. I also have, at 57 kilograms, in fact, what's his name at 74?
Senegal Baltic.
Senegal Baltic was our Commonwealth Games medalist, gold medalist the last time. This time, unfortunately, it didn't win.
Yeah.
But also, I think we need to start looking for replacements in some of those weight classes.
I totally agree.
Senegal is getting to an age where I think he's done enough for wrestling. We need to try to get some of them to coaching courses and get them to now give back to
Fantastic
the sport.
technique he did here.
Exactly. This was his bronze match, I assume. But the men will also measure up. I'm looking at about 3 of them at these World Championships. I want to see how they do.
Yeah.
But they need to lose that respect for athletes. They need to lose that respect for their fellow competitors. Once they let go, I think we have a style of wrestling that we're trying to impose on them that has to be offensive.
Yeah.
Go out and wrestle like you're training. And that's what I think Adekoya did.
That's what she did. From the start, you could see that she was just waiting to grab those legs, pin her opponent, and that was gold medal.
Just go out and wrestle.
Tell me what we're doing for talent discovery and development.
You see, for a while now, what we've done is, normally in wrestling, you have 7. Used to be 7, but it's 8 weight classes at the senior level. But in our tournaments, we make it 12 weight classes, so we have younger athletes coming up to compete. Because of the same issues of sponsorship, we normally don't have underage tournaments, that is under 12, under 16, under 20 tournaments in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So what we do is, in our national championships, we have weight classes for the junior ones.
Fantastic.
Adekoya came through that program. She was wrestling 42, then 46, then she has now graduated to 48. And that's what we've done with a lot of them. And that is how I think we're able to nurture talents, especially at the national level. Because what you can't do is have young athletes at the age of 10, train, and have no competition. They just lose it.
Yeah.
Because soccer has under 12 tournaments. They'd rather go play soccer than wrestle and not have any tournaments to go to. So those are the kind of things we're doing. But we're also working very closely with the state federations to nurture talent. Nurturing talent, I think, has to be the biggest catchment area for us. If we don't do that, once the athletes we have now retire, we're finished.
We're in trouble.
So we're very cognizant of that.
Okay, we weren't so pleased with what went down with weightlifting after Chika Mahala won gold and then she tested positive. Tell me, what education do you have in place that we teach these athletes on how to stay clean?
Our athletes, it's like a religion. It's every day we preach it to them. You know, a lot of people don't understand when somebody says this person tested positive to a drug, they will think you took steroids.
Yeah.
Cough medicine, cough. If you have a cough and you take a cough medicine, it's a stimulant. You've tested positive, you'll be banned for 4 years. Panadol, you know Panadol, there's regular strength and extra strength. If you take extra strength Panadol as an athlete, you test positive to a banned stimulant. So that is what happens with our sport. That's why we tell our athletes, don't, even if you have a headache, don't go and buy drugs at the clinic and just take it by yourself. Don't self-medicate.
Someone should guide
because you don't know what is in that drug. Don't say, oh, you have a stomach fever, so there's an Hausa man on the road that he sells this thing is going to cure me. Don't take it because you don't know the kind of stimulants that you have inside of that. So we preach that to them. None of my national team athletes are allowed to just go to a clinic or to a pharmacy and just buy drugs and take. They have to go to an accredited doctor to take them. That is what we've been doing with them. And we've been preaching to them the harms of even doping. In fact, in wrestling, I don't know what doping will do for you. I can understand in some sports like weightlifting and sprints and stuff, it will add a lot to what you do. But in wrestling, you have to, your drug has to be the gym. You have to go to the gym and you have to compete, train and compete, and that is the only drug you have. So I'm not too worried about those issues, but we still keep repeating it to them all the time.
Very important. Thank you so much, Daniel Igali, for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Your coming here has indeed done so much to the development of wrestling in Nigeria. And so that's it, Daniel Igali. He's the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation. He's talking about the development of the sport in the country and all the Federation wants is your support so that wrestling can get to that level where it can be admired internationally. Talking about wrestling in Nigeria. All right, sports this morning on Channels Television. We'll go on a quick break now. When we come back, we'll talk about the Falconets and their campaign to impress at the Under 20 Women's World Cup in Canada. Don't go anywhere. Stay.